the House of Night series by PC and Kristin Cass. I don't know, all my books are over there. It's the idea for it was actually really interesting to me because like when you think vampires, you don't really think vampire finishing school, which is basically what it started out as, and what the schools are supposed to be. It's almost kind of like X-Men, where they have this gene and suddenly, like through puberty, the gene becomes awoken or whatever, and they go through the change, which is roughly 3 to 4 years. And sometime in there they either die or they complete the change and become a vampire. Which, you know, it was actually a really different spin on, you know, the whole vampire thing. So to me it was really interesting, and like when I picked up the first book, I was immediately hooked by like the first page, which that never happens. Never. I mean, there's really good books, and then there's like, oh wow, we look amazing, and you're gonna be hooked in like a couple of chapters. But then there's the House of Night books, and it like, once I picked it up, I'm like, okay, I'm in it until it's done. And you know, it was actually really kind of fun, because like when I got the first book, I literally finished it in about a day. And mind you, I was in school at this time, so it was really kind of fun, because like a whole bunch of my friends, and then like a few other people that I didn't really talk to. I mean, I was friendly with them, but I mean, we passed that book around and they're like, oh my god, I was hooked in like the first page. And I'm going, yeah, you're hooked in the first page. I mean, what other book can do that? Like, I mean, the Percy Jackson series, I was like hooked in the first chapter. Not necessarily the first page, but like by the end of chapter 1, I'm like, okay, this is really good, I have to read it. But like House of Night, it just, I read that first page, that first paragraph, and I'm like, okay, I'm done for. I don't have a choice anymore. I'm in this till it's done. I think, I haven't really been able to keep up with the series very well, because, I'm really not that good at keeping up with series sometimes, unless they're like by some of the authors that I stalk online and like continuously check their stuff and just be like, do you have another book? Do you have another book? I don't really keep up with it like that, but like if I go to the library and see it, or if I happen to be walking around like a bookstore or something and I see it and I have the money for it, and I'm like, I'm buying it. I think I have like a couple books missing from the shelf over there. I don't have all of them, and it's actually really, really sad. Now, and the main character, Zoe, like, she's actually a really good character, and by good I mean she has flaws and they're beautiful. Like, I mean, she makes some pretty stupid decisions, but she owns up to them, and she tries to fix her mistakes, and, you know, she's just like, okay, I screwed up, I gotta fix this. And, you know, it's just with what's been going on in that series with, like, the evil headmistress slash high priestess who runs the house at night that Zoe goes to, it, like, the things that this woman does, you're like, bitch, are you, like, insane? Because the things she's doing, it's like, one, it's like not even legal, for one thing, and for another, it's like you're creating a bunch of bloodthirsty monsters. I mean, there's a difference between being a vampire and being crazy. So, that was actually really, really interesting. So, and I mean, it gets a little stupid at points. I'm not gonna deny that, but I mean, there are a bunch of teenagers in the vampire equivalent of high school, so I mean, you're gonna have stupid drama. You're gonna have people saying rude things. You're gonna have the rude popular girl who ends up actually being kind of one of the main helpers in it. I mean, it's just there, and you actually have a diverse group of characters, and you're like, wow, they actually really know how to write these kids. So it just it really works. So it's pretty good. I need to read, like, the last book that came out, or maybe there's more than one now. I don't even know. I think the last book I read was like Awakened or something, which might be like the 8th one, and I don't even know how long this series is anymore, so I had to get my feelings out about this because I've been thinking about it lately, and I'm like, vampire finishing school, like, I keep going back to that. I'm like, who even thinks of that? But it works. It really, really works. So it's pretty exciting. Now I will go try and finish the series.